Well, Nico, just by looking around, you can see the kind of interest that today has generated. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, obviously. Primarily, I guess, because of Michael, but also the new Silver Arrow and everything. And it's pretty impressive. And the whole show was great today. And I think it was a very successful first day and launch of the colours and team members and all the rest of it. So, but now mainly I'm looking forward to driving the car, and I have the honour of driving it out of the garage first time, which is going to be a great moment.
How special will that be for a man who's got German roots driving a German car, for what many people are feeling is very, very much now a German team?
Yeah, that is going to be very special. I mean, it's a Silver Arrow, which is it has such a great history. Walking through the factory here, it's amazing to see all the cars that they've built in the past years, and also, funnily enough, the first Mercedes was a race car, and it was built to race in races right next to my hometown Monaco, just on the mountains. So it's quite funny.
As you were growing up, did your dad sort of talk to you about Silver Arrows and their dominance and their brilliance? Because obviously it was a long time before you were born that they were really at their peak.
Yeah, not really, to be honest, but you always follow it in the history books and TV and things like that. And my dad himself drove for Mercedes in DTM, so I know a lot of the guys from back then, especially Norbert and people like that. Worked close to Norbert. I know all of them from back then when I was about 7 years old. So it's nice to work with them now.
So tell us how the winter's been for you then, because I guess at the end of the 2009 season you thought that you would be signing for Brawn and possibly driving alongside Jenson Button. So quite a lot has changed, hasn't it?
Well, I signed with Brawn, hoping and expecting the Mercedes deal to come about, which then happened, which was really nice. But of course, I was expecting to drive with Jenson, which also would have been great. I would have really liked to have been teammates with him, and then it just came completely differently. But to be honest, I was really happy with the outcome as it is now, because to have Michael as a teammate is fantastic. A great challenge for me, bits and pieces I can learn for sure from a 7-time world champion, and it's going to be very interesting.
What do you think you can learn from him?
Well, he has so much experience. I'm experienced myself now, and I'm sure I've come a long way. But there's always going to be a few bits and pieces that you can pick up along the way, which will just help my own performance.
We heard the rumours for a long time. Where were you when you got the call to say, Nico, it's happening? Your new teammate is someone who you will definitely recognise.
Not too long ago, yeah, because even then, and even when I heard rumours, I still didn't believe it, because Michael coming back is just amazing. And so it was, I'm not sure, somewhere in the middle of December that Ross actually called me to inform me.
So I'm sure lots of excitement. Was it tempered slightly by looking back through the history books? We've already mentioned history, and seeing the way that sort of Michael has managed to deal with his teammates. He's never been beaten by any of them.
Not really, because I believe in my capabilities, and I know that I'll have an equal opportunity to him, which is all that counts, and so I'm not worried by that. I'm looking forward to it, on the contrary, and just going to give it everything.
So asking for parity and being treated as an equal driver, is that something that you asked of the team and you got assurances on?
When I signed, I got assurances on that, which was important. But also it's the fundamental beliefs of the team, yeah, between Mercedes, Ross. It's very important to them that both drivers have equal opportunity, both get the same stuff, and which I think is great.
I suppose the racing driver is only compared to the people that he beat on his way to getting to the top. So how good would it feel for you to beat Michael Schumacher? And indeed, do you think you can beat him?
Well, from that perspective, I couldn't ask for a better teammate to have, because if I beat a 7-time world champion, it looks pretty good.
Can you do it?
I believe so, yeah.